Metro, Love Island distraction, and brace, brace, brace. Severe turbulence for May as she backs Heathrow runway. Her local council threatens court battle and Tory revolt. Lost voice guy, I'm turning Geordie. Weinstein pleads not guilty to rape. TV's Gabby Roslin, the worst job I ever had. How to make the perfect sarnie. So we need to be told how to make a sandwich now. Joe Brand on making friends. Strikes add to misery. Iran's nuclear threat to world. This will be the same Iran that's not invaded anyone in well over 100 years. And yet Britain, America, France, Germany have been invading like no one's business. But Iran's the threat. Can you see the hypocrisy there? Why Apple wants us to put down our iPhones? Because they're frying your brain. Gardening do's and don'ts. Libya split by renegade general. No, wrong again. Libya has been destroyed by the West. It was running perfectly well. They had some of the best healthcare in the world, and if they couldn't provide it, Gaddafi would send them to some other countries' hospitals to get that treatment. So, who are the real terrorists? The Western government are the real terrorists. Murdoch told he must sell Sky News. Yasmin Albia Brown on female acts of terror. Heathrow runway cleared for takeoff. Government finally approves expansion after 2 decades of rows and delays, but legal threats have already begun. Transport Secretary says deal will provide 74 billion boost to economy and secure tens of thousands of new jobs. Okay. Where'd you get that 74 billion from? Or are you just making up figures because you can? And who's going to check them? I'll go with that one. Local residents whose homes will be demolished vent their fury despite over 2.6 billion compensation package. Oh, so because they've been given money to move, that's okay then. Well, what if they don't want to move? Oh, well, we'll just compulsory purchase it and demolish it and do what we like. Unless, of course, your property is in a trust where they can't touch it. Express. Can we go one day without the parasites appearing in any paper? Didn't think so. Candid family picture archive uncovered. Forces chief supports hounded soldiers. When armed raiders strike with impunity across the nation and the police face hundreds of millions more in courts, we ask, have we lost control of our streets? Yes, we have. And it's all been done by design. You can't cut the criminal police and then expect no comebacks. Because at one point the police did used to do a proper job. Now they're just money gatherers for their corporate masters. The Star. Semi-naked men and women in it because it's the Star, therefore I guess the Sun won't have any in. Olympic champs murder horror. Sneeze hell for millions of Brits. Chemtrails. Salad cream. Fury as Heinz set to ditch family fave. But it's full of poison and toxic shit anyway. You're better off making your own, which is a damn sight easier and better for you. But, you know, if you want to carry on buying the commercial shit, go right ahead. The problem with Uber, The Guardian. The problem with Uber. Well, it's a big taxi company that has no taxis. Labour seeks full access to single market. We don't need anything to do with Europe at all. If they want to trade with us, they will do. If they don't, goodbye. Stop this bullshit. Heathrow expansion plans get green light. And men, women, children are going to be thrown onto the street because we need this, the way the houses are to build more runways. Fashion designer Kate Spade found dead. The scum. And as per usual, the royal scum. Moment McIntyre mugged. Take my watch and go. Moped thugs had hammer and knife. And he had a Land Rover and they had a moped. Bop! They're off. You're gone. Direct action is what's needed. Have you looked in the mirror? TV Victoria, I saved 2 lives with full Monty because rather than kill themselves they were throwing up at the sight of you with no clothes on. Grenfell cladding more flammable than a match in a barrel of petrol. Oh, piss off. Now they really are taking the piss. Exclusive mirror poll. Now I want you to keep that in your head. Exclusive mirror poll. Have you been asked? I know I haven't. So they've clearly just made this up and decided we're going to call it a poll because it's fake. 4 in 5 back penny tax hike for NHS. No, we don't. The NHS gets more than enough money to function. It's the criminals in charge that are causing the problems and stealing. A 1p hike would simply mean more money for them to throw away and steal. But yeah, you do what you like. Half of voters could switch to a party which pledges 11 billion funding policy. Where'd you get these odds? Oh, you just made them up as well. Huh. What a shock. Then again, of course, it's another version of the scum, even though it was the Mirror. The Times. Sam Cam on power dressing. The satanic bitch on power dressing. Nobody wants to know about you, you evil satanist scumbag. Italy splits with allies and demands end to Russia sanctions. Italy could cause Europe to collapse totally. We've done our bit, but of course we've got a criminal government. It doesn't matter whether Labour or Conservative, and they still run to this, obey the same masses that are above them. But Italy could be the final straw that breaks the camel's back. Let's hope it is, and it destroys EU, and then we can go after all the criminals at the top of the EU that have been causing all the shit and lock them up. If you don't want them executing, of course. I know which one I'd want, but I'll let you guys choose. Labour bids for softest Brexit deal in new shift. Corbyn moves towards full single market access. So again, we're in Europe, whether we like it or not. Labour or Conservative are both pro-Europe, and they're going to go for it regardless. Picture of the woman that died somehow. 150 million all-weather jets delayed by weather. It wasn't a Russian missile or a Chinese cyber attack that scuppered the long-awaited arrival of Britain's newest and most expensive fast jets from the United States. Instead, stormy conditions and rough seas kept it for all weather. The F-35 Lightning. If warplanes can't fly in the bad weather, not much point of them, is there? But this is all bullshit anyway, because they don't work. They're shit. They're unreliable. But you know, it's a way of spending 150 million quid ago, isn't it? Daily Fail. Now, the Daily Fail all week have been pushing this: the best breast cancer surgeon, the best this surgeon, the best that surgeon. Why are they pushing it? Because the public's starting to realise that you go into hospital, they're going to try and kill you. In Nottingham, Fleming Ward, City Hospital, Fleming Ward is the death ward. You go on that ward, you're going to be murdered. They're going to kill you. Wild West London. After Michael McIntyre mugging, phone robbery, women fights for life, 60 moped attacks reported every day, knife gang raids West End store. Drug crime on rise in most big cities. Britain is in the grip of a violent crime wave as thugs run riot on mopeds and motorbikes because there are no real police anymore. All the police now these days is corporate collection revenue agents. They're not here for your or my benefit, they're here for corporations' benefits. This is why we're having the problems. Hanging death mystery of designer who dressed Kate and Taylor Swift. Sounds like she was probably suicided then. The Un-Independent. Trump might as well pardon himself. Why, what's he done? Rail fiasco shows north-south divide. Northern Ireland's women aren't equal, and something about Crap Island. Why Heathrow could still be grounded. Tories won't rock boat to tackle Islamophobia. Party's Muslim leader speaks out on racism and culture of denial. Exclusive by Shihab Khan. I wonder if he's got some sort of agenda going there then. And they won't back it because the country's screwed. Daily Telegraph. Minister, Oxbridge diversity failures are staggering. Perry brightens up the Royal Academy. Don't talk. Well, that looks awful. Rape evidence flaws may have put hundreds of innocents in jail. Oh, there we see the agenda. All these child rapists. Oh, well, it was an accident. It was a blunder. There was a mistake. Welby. EU is a dream for human beings and a great achievement. It's a effing dictatorship. And that's why we can't get out of it, because it's a dictatorship that this treasonous government, and it wouldn't matter whether the Labour, Conservative, Lib, it doesn't matter, they're all treasonous and controlled. They're put there so that it makes you think that my vote makes a difference. Your vote means bull. That's why they come round. Oh, it doesn't matter if you vote as long as you're on the voters' register, because you've given your consent for this criminal government, whichever one is in, to do exactly as they please, and you've given your consent to it. The problem is you. Get off the voters' register. Work from home to cut pollution deaths. Bullshit. Labour plans to block Heathrow expansion. Want some sandwich? Cream on your salad. Oh, it must be about signed salad cream. Sport top 100 earners are all male. Financial Times. Underwater taxpayers lose 2.1 billion on sale. Oh, so we were going to get 0.6 billion back. Now we're only going to get 0.5 back, except we won't even see that because it's all a scam by the banks. The banks run the government. Plain and simple. I don't know how simple I can make it for you. The banks run everything. Nix withdrew 8 million as scandal loomed at Cambridge Analytica. Chief said to have acted after Facebook reports. Investors pressing for repayment. Won't see a penny. Sorrell, WPP payoff at risk if his new venture breaches confidentiality pact. London police in high-tech pursuit of moped thieves. Well, absolutely nothing in the papers. Total waste of space. Don't waste your time on them. However, as a footnote here, who of you recalls Wernher von Braun? He was the rocket scientist that was one of the designers behind the V2 rocket which terrorised London in World War II. And after Germany won World War II, he was moved over to America to work for NASA. And on his deathbed, he's come out and said, and you all need to be aware of this, he said, the final card they're going to use, the final card they will use will be a fake alien invasion. Now, some of these ships that you're going to be seeing in the skies will be real. They'll be back engineered from crashed alien craft, or maybe just a craft that we've designed. Who knows to be sure. But One of the big parts of it is the chemtrails. You'll notice that sometimes, like today for instance, it's almost a flat canvas of grey, and that's so they can use their projectors to project alien craft into the skies, so that when they play their fake alien invasion card, it will look like real alien aircraft in the skies, but they won't really be there. And this is why they'll be silent, because it'll just be a projection of the chemtrails. Now the chemtrails have more than two jobs. One, to depopulate you, poison the planet, poison the food, poison the water, and also to act as a canvas for when they play their card of the fake alien invasion. So when that happens, don't be in fear. Realise that it's just a scam, as they're trying to scare us into their new world order dictatorship, which is already here. It's already been unveiled, but many still don't see it. I know you lot do. Just let you know that when they play their last card, which is coming very soon, because they're getting that desperate now, because everyone is sussing out the scam, the dictatorship, the evil satanic corruption we live amongst and are ruled by. Time to end it, but don't be afraid of the alien invasion they've got planned.